Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down the gauntlet, making them mark. Hard way wrestling straight from the heart.
Welcome to Hard Way Wrestling. It is. What happened to Jeremy? Did we lose Jeremy? What? What happened? I don't. Why am I not? I need you to. I don't know. I need you to back out and come back in. I don't know what happened. You disappeared. Come back out. Go back out and come back in. You're not on there. Back out. Come back in. Welcome to Hard Way Wrestling. While we're trying to figure out why Jeremy is in a black hole.
Black hole, the black hole of Calcutta.
Black hole, Jeremy. Won't you fix your internet today?
Oh,
what's going on, Scotty? How you doing? No Ricky today.
No Ricky, which is it's shocking. I mean, he's our marathon man. Like,
actually, I think I got him beat now. He's missed a couple episodes now, so he's oh wait, hey, there he is. You're back. He's missed a couple episodes. He got abducted by the Undertaker. That is very possible. If he don't get better, he will be abducted by the Undertaker. So Ricky was a little under the weather today. He said he felt like shit. So I hung out with him on Saturday. So I'm hoping when he didn't have it on Saturday, and I start sniffling right here before my vacation. So, boys, welcome in. T-Bone back again. How's it going, buddy?
Going good.
Looking good.
Thank you.
How many different belts you got behind you?
1, 2. Real belts or plastic ones?
I mean, you got plastic ones back there too?
Yeah, there's two.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't realize
One's the old WCW toy belt.
That's the big gold is the plastic belt?
No, the big gold is a replica of the WCW world title that Mason Dixon used to use as a tag title.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day. And then the WWF United States title, whatever, that's a plastic belt that was made on a real strap.
Oh, okay.
And then the WCW belt. And then my Winged Eagle tag team, Mason Dixon replica world title, and the NWA world title.
Oh, okay. Scotty, you have two belts? Scotty, two belts?
No, I have 4. I have the WCW Big Gold. I have, which is actually legitimately, it got WCW stamped on the back of it. It's not a WWE replica. I've got the Attitude Era Winged Eagle. I don't know if you can see it hanging behind me. The tag team belt behind me.
You and Wyatt has the other one, right?
Wyatt has the other one.
Right on.
And then I also have, because I loved their channel and wanted to support, even though it was off of a WWE website, Wyatt got me the up, down, down championship from Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, or not, well, Xavier and what's his name? Prince Pretty.
Yes. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but anyways, got the up, down, down championship. So, which I need to. Wyatt still got that one. He was borrowing it for a little bit. I need to get that back at some point and hang it on my little lattice behind me. Yeah. But I've got 4 belts.
So I only have 2 wrestling belts: the Undisputed and the White Strap Intercontinental. They're the only 2, and I've run fantasy football league. I have a couple fantasy football titles, belts, and I have when I ran a poker league for 20 years, we did end of the year championship belts, and I have like 7 of those things hidden in the closet. But I want to get into belts, but I don't want to get into belts because, man, I have an addictive personality when it comes to that kind of stuff. And I can almost
Yeah. Well,
buying them all. I want them all.
See, and that's the thing is like for me, I have an addictive personality. I mean, you should see my G.I. Joe and wrestling collection and stuff like that. But for me, there's only 2 other belts. Well, no, excuse me. 3 other belts that I want to round out my collection because I'm not obsessive. I don't need to have every belt that was ever made or whatnot. But the 3 that I still want are Austin Smoking Skull Belt, the Attitude Era IC Intercontinental title. I love the look of that belt. And then the undisputed title that they got after when they united the WWF and World Heavyweight titles into one, the undisputed belt that Brock wore.
Gotcha.
I want those are the 3 belts that I think because they're belts that all defined a part of my, who I am as as a wrestling fan. So I would I always loved Austin with the Smoking Skull belt. IC title, just classic. So many people wore that. And then that undisputed belt, I was right around the time when they switched over. It was like, okay, that, and to me, it does look cool. Cause I mean, Brock wore it, Eddie wore it, Kurt wore it, several of the big names wore it. I think it's a pretty darn cool belt. So
yeah, I want the red strap NWA television title.
Ooh, the one that Tully always wore.
Yeah. Tully or Arn. Didn't Arn wear it also?
I think Arn had it too several times.
I really like that belt, but every time I see that belt somewhere, it's definitely a replica, which I don't mind buying replicas, but the gauge on the metal is just so thin. I don't like it. Like I don't like it. I need a little bit of weight to my belt.
Yeah.
Cap Go championship belts.
Oh, okay. He's got a guy.
Cap Go championship belts. Try them out.
So
you'll love them. Abdul, do you right.
Abdul, do me right. Well, the only other belt that I have is a strap on, and we don't really want to go into that, but we're applauding.
I got one more belt coming.
Oh, okay.
It's my own personal belt.
Austin says we're applauding Brock now. Is that what we're doing?
Hey, original
Brock here.
Original Brock Lesnar was still, what did they
when he was dropping dudes on their head?
Yeah, dropping dudes on their head and but no, what was I gonna say with that? Was it Here Comes the Pain? And moniker. There was a sign. It never caught on as his nickname, but maybe even Taz said it. I can't remember. But I think it was a sign that even said "No gimmicks, just pain" for Brock Lesnar back in the day, his original run.
I want Brock's Money in the Bank briefcase. That's what I want.
The boombox.
The boombox. Best Money in the Bank briefcase ever.
That is badass too. That was badass.
All right, well, let's get into some stuff here before we get started. We have a sponsor today. We talked about this already, but you boys, you love a good studio show, right? It's intimate. It's intimate. It's a smaller crowd. You kind of you get to know everybody, and you're this close to the wrestlers. Well, what if I could tell you guys? What if I could tell you, hey, Scotty, you could go to a studio show, or you can watch one on YouTube. Would you be interested?
You're darn right I would be.
I bet you would be. But I tell you what, boys, here we go. That's right. United States Wrestling Justice premieres Saturday mornings. Push all your cartoons aside. No more Woody Woodpecker. No more Fred Flintstone. Just USW Wrestling premieres February 8th. 10 a.m. Boys, will you be tuning in? I know I will be.
Absolutely.
You darn right.
You guys, Savior says, I know those guys. You could see guys like Austin Blackthorne.
Boo!
What do you mean, boo? He's a great guy. He's an awesome guy.
Very nice.
You can see these are stars. I'm gonna mention some stars. You're gonna see Huck Sawyer.
Boo!
Come on, you're gonna see Double A, the Mr.
Double boo!
He's so stunning. Adam Armstrong. You're gonna see
uncooked bacon, Adam Armstrong.
I don't know. That's just a terrible thing. That's a terrible thing to say about somebody. You're gonna see Atticus Webb. You're gonna see probably one of the big major stars, and I know what you're thinking, Brian Hardy. It's not Brian Hardy. That guy's an idiot. I'm talking about Jonathan Cross. That's a guy. The guy is the backbone of USW. So anyway, February 8th, bright and early, 10 a.m. Get out of bed, eat some eggs, eat some Kevin Bacon, and watch yourself some USW wrestling. So let's get into it. I am a real man. Not really.
No, he is no. So no.
Hulk Hogan says he expected to be booed during his first Raw on Netflix. Blames being a heel in WCW. This might be the funniest shit that I've ever heard. Now listen to this interview on Pat McAfee. Actually, it was this morning. I listened on Pat McAfee. It was Monday, and he blames his coming back to LA as, you know, the last time, brother, I was in LA, I was with the NWO and I was wearing the black and the white and they didn't like me there. And he blames it on his being with Trump because of 47% of the world does not like Donald Trump. He blames it all on everything but racism.
Yeah.
Right, and showing his dong on video. I mean, am I the only one here that believes it? Am I the only one that thinks Hulk Hogan's out of his mind, Scotty?
No, you're not the only one. And here's the other thing, okay? And I'm going to attribute 95% of it to the racism, but there's that other. Well, okay, 90% of it to the racism. The other 10% of it is that Hulk Hogan, and we see it here in this interview, is a bold-faced liar. He comes out and lies his head off. Like every story, okay. And again, I'm gonna hit you guys with something here, and I'm gonna get shredded in the comments. I know this, but when I listen to Jim Cornette, the thing I love about Jim Cornette is that when he tells his stories, he tells them the exact same way every single freaking time. Whether he's talking about the Ernie lad chewing out freaking Bundy, or when he's talking about him in the Midnight, the stories are exactly the same every single time. Hulk Hogan tells a story, and it's like he'll tell one way on one interview, another way on, like, he has 20 different versions of the same freaking story, and you have no idea which one is real, if any of them are even real. So in my view, yes, 90% of it attributed to the racism, but the fact that a lot of wrestling fans have gotten tired of Hulk Hogan's, just out and out lies. And if you don't believe me, look it up on YouTube. You can find video after video after video of people who have literally either done audio recordings, had audio recordings of Hulk and disputed fact after fact after fact, or have just had tales of what his stories were, a compilation of, hey, he said this and he said this, and again, fact after just disproving fact after fact after just disproving the whole thing. So look it up on YouTube. Hulk Hogan is a bold-faced liar, and he's lying right here.
Jeremy, is it not cool to like Hogan anymore?
No. I personally like the character. I'm always gonna love the gimmick, Hulk Hogan. The man, that's something totally different. I could separate the two. It's kind of like, the Chris Benoit thing. What he did and the wrestler. I like the wrestler. I don't like what he did.
I really don't see.
I can do the same thing with Hogan, but at the same time, Hogan has lied so much.
I really don't see the difference between a lot of people's character in wrestling and their real life personality.
Well, yeah,
I really don't. Jonathan Cross is not really cranked up too much more. I mean, I can be a dick, and I'm the nicest guy. Believe me, I'm the nicest guy. I do shit for people all the time, and I'm very gracious and that kind of thing. But honestly, at any second, I can turn into JC. It doesn't take much, and I believe Hogan is excited. He said he mentioned Chris Benoit. Oh yeah.
But what I'm getting at though is like he's lied so much that you can't overlook it. But he's old school. He's carny. He's a carny. He lies, and it's just like I know a few old
live the gimmick, baby. Live the gimmick.
I know a few. Yeah, I know a few guys that are the same way. That are, what I mean. So I can't really dog him too much.
There's a difference, though. Okay, there's a difference between Flair and a difference between Hogan. Okay, Flair goes out and lives his gimmick, and even at freaking 87 years old or however old he is right now, the guy is still like, he goes out and drinks every day, parties as much as he can, hangs out with celebrities, hangs out with beautiful women. That's one thing. And again, not saying that, it's necessarily the best thing for him, but, he's living his gimmick. He is Ric Flair. He always will be Ric Flair. There's another thing to be said with Hogan where, like, Hogan's gimmick, and again, we've heard the stories for all the years of him being a politician and, politicking backstage and getting what he wanted because he thinks he's this big celebrity. And, Hogan is delusional. Flair is just Flair. Hogan thinks he's bigger than he ever was. He puts himself out there bigger than he ever actually was. Did he draw money? Yes. Did he, do a lot for the business? Yes. But is he still a piece of garbage? Yes.
So I think Pat McAfee yesterday did a really good job of trying to steer him to talk about the other things when he was talking about, it's because so I'm reading Austin sending me messages. Stop it. Hogan believes that he was being booed for his, and I'm sure a lot of it was his political griefs. But there's a reason why there's fuck Hulk Hogan Day every day.
Okay, but and I will disagree with that because Taker also sided with Trump, and the same night Taker comes out and gets cheered like a wild man. When he goes, even coming out as friggin' the American badass, he gets cheered, but he also supported Trump. What's the difference between the two of them? I don't ever think it was the politics. I think, like I said, I think 90% of it's the racism, and the other 10% of it is we're just tired of Hogan's lies and bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know if it's so much the lies and the bullshit because I think people understand that Hulk Hogan is who Hulk Hogan is. I really think it's the racism stuff. I think it's the fact that he's never apologized for anything that he's ever said or done. And again, he always says I call people brother because I can't remember their name. At 70 plus years old, with all the bumps he's taken, chair shots and whatever, and his, whatever, all the abuse he's put to his body through over the years, I would imagine he forgets a lot of things and doesn't. He's like he reminds me of my grandfather. My grandfather used to say some shit, right? My grandfather God rest his soul, used to say some shit, not very nice shit, racist shit, all kinds of shit, right? But you always just like, oh, Pat. And I feel like that's how it is with Hogan. Hogan's like, well, Brooke, I don't want Brooke to marry a black guy. Oh, Hulk. That's how I feel like that's how. Oh, Terry. So anyway,
okay.
Terry's at the end of the day, Terry's in another world. And that's what I'm getting at. Terry Bollea is absolutely in a another world here. So
I don't think Terry Bollea exists anymore, in my view.
you don't think Terry Bollea exists anymore?
Nah. Like he's so absorbed into the Hulk Hogan gimmick that there is no Terry Bollea anymore. Like,
Didn't Warrior do a shoot interview and talk about how Hogan couldn't let go? He was in the courtroom and Warrior said something about him being in a courtroom and he had to wear the bandana and
listen, there's a lot of wrestling people like that.
Yeah, but like in a courtroom, you're in a courtroom. Take the damn thing off. Take
I think that's just that is
that's not a place to
his
live the gimmick.
image. It's his image. It's his image.
Yeah, that's not a place to live the gimmick either.
Yeah, again, it didn't hurt him. He made a ton of money off of Gawker, so kind of worked out for him here. So, all right, yeah, let's do a little bit more piece cutter news.
All right.
All right, we got some contracts that are up here. Let me boom, Alexa Bliss. You know, she was a late minute ad at the Rumble here. Alexa Bliss is back in the WWE and here to stay for a long time. Bliss had missed the last 2 years, being out on maternity leave, and the company was looking to bring her back. They officially done that. WWE hammered out a new 5-year deal with Bliss. Yes, the deal was signed. The deal was signed Saturday, and they threw her right on a plane and flew her to Indianapolis. She took Shotzi's spot. I guess Shotzi's still injured. I think Shotzi came back. Maybe she got hurt again. She took Shotzi's spot in the Rumble. Are we glad to see Alexa Bliss back? Or do we think we're going to see her working with the Wyatt Six?
I mean, again, I don't know how true the rumor was because it did come from Meltzer, but Meltzer did say that she was supposed to be with the Wyatt Six before this. They couldn't hammer out a deal, and so at that point, the rumor was that she was not going to be on the Rumble. But as we saw on the Rumble, she came out. They got a deal done.
Meltzer's the Hulk Hogan of media.
Yeah, Meltzer's pretty much the Hulk Hogan of stuff now.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying she's the best wrestler in the world, but I'm interested to see what they do with her gimmick, if they can give her something, good to do with the Wyatt Six. And, I mean, she is the last tie-in, well, second to last tie-in with, because the one of the last ones is Braun Strowman as well. But the second to last tie-in with that group, with Bray Wyatt himself. So, I think they could, if they can do something good with her, yeah, let's go for it. I mean, I'd be interested to see what they can do.
Do you think they should move Braun back into the Wyatt Six?
I honestly kind of do because again, he's they've got Eric Rowan in there. Bring back, like, I would eliminate one of the other people and put Braun in there, and then Alexa, and then really, and the way I still think they should have done it is they should have had Bo come out each week and introduce a new member of the Wyatt family, the Wyatt Six, and start with Eric by bringing Eric back into the fold as he was a brother to my brother, that kind of thing. Like, they could have done that whole debut a lot differently and really made it more impactful. But I think bringing Alexa in and then, like I said, getting rid of one of the other members of the Wyatt Six and bringing Braun in there and making, kind of making it whole by having, most of the family reunited except for Brody and Bray, I think it would be a pretty cool idea in my view.
Okay. Well, more to come with Alexa. Jordan Grace, details on Jordan Grace's WWE deal. Jordan Grace is officially a WWE superstar, and some more details are revealed. Fightful select Sean Ross Sapp. By the way, best $5 in the business. Next to Hardway Wrestling. If you're not spending the money with them, come spend it with us. I'm gonna give you what they give you. Honestly, this is a lot of my sources come from Fightful. Sean Ross Sapp is really on top of a good bit of this. So we now know the WWE sources she has signed a 5-year contract that would take her through 2029. The plan as her being signed headed to the NXT brand, at least for the time being. WWE sources that we've spoken to claim that Grace signed a main roster level deal. That's huge. Most of the company don't expect her to be in NXT long. We've not been told she's planned for tonight's show, but she's in the Performance Center at least temporarily. Grace retains rights to her name and her theme song, which she owns. TNA sources told Fightful that they were interested in re-signing Grace, but they understood that the likelihood was unlikely here. So Jordan Grace, main roster deal. That's pretty huge. I mean that's big to bring somebody in. I mean, she's a great performer. She's a great wrestler. She looks great. All her gear is great. She is main roster ready. Hell of a wrestler. I mean, she did pick up Piper and
very impressed.
hit her with that Death Valley driver. So she's definitely changed her looks over the years. I don't know if you go back and look at Jordan Grace when she was first with TNA. She was heavy. She was very heavy. And as she got into shape, she started working out. She became this bodybuilder, and she won all these titles, bodybuilding. And now she is kind of slimmed down, trimmed a lot of that off, and she's still strong. She's still strong as shit. I wouldn't want to run into her in an alley, and I wouldn't challenge her to an arm wrestling contest for sure. But she is main roster. T-Bone, give me somebody you'd like to see her mix it up with immediately when she comes to the main roster.
Immediately? Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte's wrapped up right now. Besides Charlotte Flair, anybody that's wrapped up in the title picture.
Okay. Liv Morgan.
Okay.
Liv Morgan's not wrapped up in the title.
Okay.
Liv Morgan, man. I think that'd be a good match.
Sure. Scotty?
Roxanne Perez. That could be an interesting, big girl fight. There's still a size difference, but the strength for strength, because I mean Roxanne's pretty strong.
You think? Roxanne's kind of small. She's on the smaller spectrum.
Hold on, what's Liv's bodyguard?
Raquel Rodriguez.
Raquel, sorry, wrong wrestler. Raquel is who I'm talking.
They look alike, but they don't. I get it.
Yeah, not what I said. I never said those words. No. Raquel Rodriguez is who I'm thinking of. Yeah, and I would put her against Raquel. Again, there's still a size difference because Raquel is taller, but the strength for strength matchup would be interesting in my view.
Okay, all right. I like the Liv Morgan thing. Raquel Rodriguez is fine too. It looks like you guys are on the Judgment Day ship. Throw her right in there with the Judgment Day. I'd like to see her go against heel Io Sky.
Ooh,
I think that would be. I think that would be pretty spectacular.
Is that what about? That's kind of a style clash in my view, though.
It's WWE. It doesn't matter. And you can't use AJ Styles' move. Is that what you just said? Styles clash. Tons of news coming out of the Royal Rumble from over the weekend. Sean Ross. Thank you, Sean Ross. By the way, SR.
Yeah.
A bunch of scoops coming out. Becky Lynch was not planned for the WWE Royal Rumble and was not in town for the show. I mean, Meltzer said that Becky Lynch was going to be in there, so we should have known it automatically. As of last week, Charlotte was already planned to win the WWE Royal Rumble and was slated to challenge Tiffany Stratton at WrestleMania, which we kind of figured that's the way it was going to go. Angelo Dawkins is hilarious and was walking around on his crutches all day. Okay. AJ Styles, Nikki Bella were all around town throughout the week. People were even taking pictures of them. Jordan Grace was in town by Thursday. Remember, she was gonna host her mother's 50th birthday party on Saturday, whatever. She wasn't gonna be there. It's like AJ Lee was not expected at the show as was reported. So this was reported earlier in the week. The AJ Lee was not going to be in the Rumble. So I know we all wanted her to. Nia Jax was actually supposed to eliminate more people. Not sure why she didn't, or she just got lazy. Who fucking knows? That's Nia Jax.
But she missed her cues probably about 1,000,000 times.
She's
so.
still throwing chair shots. Aisha Speed spear from Braun Breaker gained an audible reaction backstage. I want to say that I saw that it had over 300 million views.
Yeah, they put that on Raw last night.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they put it that was one of the Rumble statistics from last night.
How many of those views do you think were Hulk Hogan? Just saying. It's political. It's just saying.
Well, and the other thing, they're only counting WWE footage. I saw views from different angles from people in different parts of the stands, especially in the upper level, that made it look even more devastating from the higher height, looking down on it. And like I told several people, I said, a couple people sent me the clip. I was like, I told them, look at these clips from other views and tell, like, it was devastating to watch that move. But like, imagine all the different views that those people got as well, just on that. Because again, that was spot of the night in the Rumble match, in my view, was that spear.
He turned to his left, T-Bone.
Yep.
Was that his fault or was that Braun's fault?
It's his for inexperience.
I would blame Braun for that.
And then I blame WWE for putting a YouTuber in there anyways. That takes a spot away from a guy that could have been in there. You know what I mean?
Tozawa, I hear you. Yeah. Tozawa should have won the whole damn thing. People that were in town, New Day, almost, Gigi Dolan, Carlito, Blair Davenport, Trick Williams, they were all in town. They were all at a WWE 2K event, but were not participants in the Rumble. And I think that's it. Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, Io Sky got a lot of praise from WWE staff for their Iron Women performance. So a lot of good stuff coming out of the Rumble.
Awesome.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff coming out of the Rumble. Let me clickety click, and we are now on the road to WrestleMania. It started last night. Started last night with Raw. Scotty, we're gonna run us through our Raw reviews, which Ricky's not here today, and then we'll get out of here.
Awesome.
All righty. Okay, are you guys getting that feedback?
I am getting feedback.
That's probably from my heater. Hang on.
No, that's a voice.
Sorry. My heat kicked on.
No, it's not. It's a voice feedback, but.
Go ahead.
All right. So, Monday Night Raw opened up. Jey Uso comes out to the ring, yeeting his way to the ring, and tries to cut a promo, talking about his journey and stuff like that, and winning the Rumble. And the thing that I noticed, I'm watching this, and I'm like he couldn't breathe. Like, literally, there were a couple times he looked like he was having a heart attack. Like, he kind of closed his eyes, he clutched his chest. By the time he got to the ring, he's like out of breath. Like, literally, it took him, like, yes, the crowd was chanting and roaring for a while, but like once the crowd calmed down, he still could not talk.
He's very emotional. He's very
emotional, yes, but I think out of breath. I even texted Ricky last night. I was like, he looks like me after doing 2 minutes of exercise. Like, like he is out of freaking breath. But eventually he cuts a promo again talking about his, the Royal Rumble win and how he got there. And
Hey, real quick before you keep going here, right? Let me rewind. Randy just brought up something really, really important. Last night, the Raw stream, I don't know about for you guys, this thing kept cutting, and I watched it on the replay today. It kept cutting in and out, in and out, and in and out. The sound was in, the pictures. It was terrible.
yeah, there was some glitchiness to it, which I noticed throughout the night, and it was just so far they haven't done that with the several shows in, and they were, again, good run, no real major issues with glitchiness on the stream. And then the last night was just like you could see the picture skipping, you could see the audio, hear the audio
Was a lot
not wanting to work. But yeah, it was a very weird thing to notice. Mine didn't really start kicking in until like later in the show, but I kind of went back and watched a couple things today, and I noticed it throughout the very beginning. Yeah. But anyways, with Jay, like I said, Jay comes out and gives the promo, talks about which title he might go for, and Gunther interrupts him and basically cuts the promo. And Gunther is amazing. Like, he's basically telling Jay that you will never get this title. Like, you shouldn't even be on my radar because I am not. Like, I'm not. I'm not.
He's not impressed. He's not impressed with the fight. Like, he's already been there, done that. He doesn't. He's
been
not
there, done that. He's like,
again.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna like beating somebody like Cena or Seth or Drew or anybody else who'd be a coup to my career. You're just you're nothing. So he's like, like if you challenge me for the title, WrestleMania is gonna be the longest night of your life.
He said, I promise you the weeks leading up to WrestleMania, I will punish you every week.
Yep.
And then the night of WrestleMania, it will be the worst beating or the worst that anyone's ever been beaten at an event or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what he said, but I mean, he made it seem he made it seem pretty rough, but yeet.
Yeah. But yeah, I love Gunther's promo. Wasn't really impressed all that much with Jay. Again, glad good thing nice thing he won the Rumble, but his promos aren't there. His in-ring work isn't there. Like I don't. Again, as a wrestler, like you should be able to do a walk-in and not be blown up like a minute and a half into a walk-in. Like, so I don't know. Not a big fan of it, but I'm not sure if this is going in order. I'm pretty sure this is going in order, but Penta versus Kaiser, I think, was the next thing on the
that was the next
list.
thing. Yes.
Penta versus Kaiser, and Penta ended up defeating Kaiser. Good match, and I give them credit. Penta is getting over with this crowd, and it's not just in like lucha hotspots like out in California or down in Texas. He seemed pretty over even in the Midwest and freaking Cleveland, Ohio, where they were last night. So
beats him with a Penta driver.
Yeah, finished him with the Penta driver. But after that, Penta was being interviewed, and Pete Dunne's match, Pete Dunne, as we call him, hit, and he came out distracting Penta and allowing Kaiser to attack him from behind, which was, again, interesting little angle.
Yep.
Then Charlotte comes out to cut a promo, and then gets interrupted by Rhea Ripley. Again, Charlotte's never been the best of promos, but it was for what she was talking about, it was good.
It felt like last night that Charlotte was trying to keep herself baby, herself face, but the crowd was not allowing it. The crowd was booing the snot out of her. They were just not loving it.
Yeah, they did not. I mean, and again, when Rhea came out, the pop that she got, you could tell who the real baby face is in that company right now. But Rhea came out and Rhea expected Charlotte to challenge her at Mania, and Flair said Ripley was too eager, and she would instead go to see Julia
Going to
in
NXT.
NXT, and then and Tiffany Stratton at SmackDown to figure out who she was going to challenge. So, I what do you guys think? Do you want to see? I mean, if they do Charlotte versus Rhea, Charlotte's got to win the title, and in my view, I don't want to see them take the title off of Rhea. So
We just heard from the Sean Ross Sapp report that the plan
Yeah.
is for Charlotte to go
for challenge Tiffany,
and
But
she's not going to beat Tiffany.
yeah, no, I don't think she's going to be Tiffany either. But
Yeah, I think she'll beat.
You think so?
Oh yeah, because they're gonna let her beat Flair's record before Xena does.
Okay.
Xena ain't getting it. He ain't getting it.
Okay.
Charlotte's getting it. Flair's still talking a little bit in the WWE office. He's still got a little bit of pull.
Okay.
He's gonna make sure Charlotte beats his record, not Xena.
All right.
Okay. We'll see how that goes.
Whoever this Xena is, I'm in.
Yeah.
I can't say it right. Sorry, I got fucking false teeth. Get up my ass.
Xena Warrior Princess.
That's right.
Yeah.
Then Sammy comes out and congratulates Jay, comes out in the back and congratulates Jay on his Royal Rumble victory, if I could actually speak.
Yeah.
Sammy said that he understood Uso eliminating him at the Rumble and with an errant kick, it was a mistake, and told Uso to now go all the way and win the title. Karrion Kross entered and did his little spiel with freaking Sammy, which I'm sorry. I as soon as I see Karrion Kross, as much as I want to see what they can do with him, they haven't done anything with him, so I kind of black out when I see.
Do you know who Karrion Kross is right now? Mr. Sinister.
Who?
Mr. Sinister.
Really?
Think about it.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see
you
that.
comic book nerds out there.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of feel how you feel though, Scotty, with how they're doing with him, because like when he comes on, I kind of like black it out. It's like I want, like when I hear him cut promos and I hear him talk off of WWE outside of WWE, I like the guy.
Yeah,
and I want to watch what he can do, but WWE's kind of watered him down so much.
I don't know what the honestly. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those characters that they can't. Not everybody could be at the top, right? I mean, he could be at the top at any time, but they just have not done it yet. I mean, where's the rest of his group at?
Yeah, we haven't seen
where's
them.
Scarlett? Where's Tomar, Dunbar, and where's the rest? Where's the rest of Bebop and Rocksteady at? Yeah, where are they at?
Now I'm going to say something that's like I don't necessarily like the idea of like mimicking somebody else's gimmick, but it did work for Jay Lethal, the Black Machismo and stuff like that.
Right.
Freaking Karrion Kross can do a damn good Jesse Ventura. And honestly, I would love to see him kind of start using that voice more in his promos and cutting not a Jesse the Body promo, but cutting his own promos in the Jesse the Body style. Just give him an open mic and let him cut a promo in the voice of Jesse the Body, and I think I don't know. I've heard him do it on little YouTube clips and stuff like that, and I think it would be a like give him his own style gimmick, reminiscent of the Jesse the Body gimmick, and let him cut his promos like that. And I think it might be interesting. So that's my
saying let him talk like Jesse and act like superstar Billy Graham because Jesse Ventura copied all that.
Yeah, copied off of that. I don't know. It just it worked. It doesn't always work for everybody. I mean, freaking Jay Lethal is a one of a kind guy, but it might work for Karrion Kross. I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about.
It'd be more interesting what they're doing now with him.
Yep. Then it was New Day defeating Mysterio and Dragon Lee in a match, and Kofi hit Trouble in Paradise on Mysterio. Logan Paul, who faces Mysterio at the Elimination Chamber qualifying match next Monday, interfered to help New Day get the win. Okay match. I really didn't pay too much attention to it. I like New Day, but it was kind of New Day.
Good to see Dragon Lee back.
Yeah, it is good to see Dragon Lee back.
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio needs to retire. I say it with all love. I love Rey, but it's time to go. It's time to get off TV.
Gotcha.
But,
Take a minute.
But then they had Liv Morgan beat Io Sky via disqualification. A good match for the two of them. They had, Morgan had attacked Sky backstage. Really, Ripley ran him off, but got blindsided by Raquel Rodriguez. And Raquel interfered.
Almost had another wardrobe malfunction.
Yes, yeah. I've noticed that. They've really got to tighten down their gear. If not, although, hey, it is Netflix, so,
Yeah, I don't think they want Raquel's nipple out on Netflix.
Some duct tape. Yeah.
Maybe some gaffing tape over her neck.
Get some gaffing tape. There you go.
Gorilla glue.
So.
What'd you call her? T-Bone Balea. Go ahead.
Yeah. But yeah, Morgan took a shot at Ripley, and Ripley responded by hitting her, forcing the refs to call for the DQ. Sky was upset with Rhea Ripley after the match, but hey, in my view, Liv Morgan needs to be in that elimination chamber. I want to see how that whole thing plays out.
Sure.
But main event was Sami Zayn versus CM Punk for.
Hold on. Before we got there, we had a War Raiders interview backstage. American made rolls up. Chad Gable talks how the Creed brothers are going to beat Eric and Ivar for the titles, and Eric and Ivar basically said that your boys might know how to out wrestle us, but what are they going to do when they come here and there's a fight? It's a real fight. So Chad Gable is leaving, going to find the Lucha Grail and figure out how to be a Lucha All-Star, and he's going to be gone for a while. Also, then we get a Seth Rollins entrance. That's
right.
Which he came out. I swear, I didn't even know it was Seth Rollins. I thought it was Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Look, I give Seth so much crap for his gear. Last night's gear was some of the best gear I've ever. I'm watching him prance around with that cowboy hat and that jacket. I'm like,
90s
okay.
singer.
What'd you say?
He looked like a 90s country music singer.
Yeah.
He was Garth. He was playing Garth last night. So
yeah.
But then he can cut that promo on Sammy. But then Sammy stayed out for the match that he had.
It basically said, Sammy, you're better than him. You're not on his level. You're above his level, and you need to beat CM Punk. Boy, yep. Seth was doing anything that he can to not have to run into CM Punk anywhere. And then they did. They ran into threw a couple punches at each other, walking back up the aisle. You can't beat Dog the Bounty Hunter. I don't care who you are, CM Punk. You just can't do it. If little Chapman, what's a brother? What's a young kid for
Leland?
Yeah, if Leland shows up, oh, you're in trouble. And little baby, good luck if baby Lisa shows up, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Zombie Beth Chapman shows up. Oh boy. All right, go ahead.
Leland was actually like CM Punk in an MMA ring. He got his ass whipped.
Yes.
He can box, but he couldn't do it.
We got a little bit of a montage too for AJ Styles, and then they announced that Monday Night Raw is the new official home for AJ Styles.
Nice. Yep.
So go ahead.
But yeah, with the main event, good match. CM Punk defeated Sami Zayn for the Elimination Chamber spot. But what ended up happening afterwards, they kind of, shook hands, and Punk or Sammy was kind of walking behind Punk, kind of walking him out of the ring. And from behind, Kevin Owens comes out and blindsides Sammy, beats the daylights out of him, and then drops him on his head with a package pile driver.
Now I'm gonna tell you this. Ricky called this.
Ricky did call this. Yes.
And I woke up this morning. Well, actually 11:30 last night. I woke up last night, turned my phone on, get ready to go to work, and I saw a message from Ricky said, I called it. I immediately shut the messages because I didn't want to read any more messages. But he was correct. He absolutely was correct. I'm surprised here. I really thought we were going to get this crisis of confidence with Sami Zayn, and he was going to go to the dark side again with Kevin Owens. And boy, did Kevin Owens look like absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
Black eye.
Like
he was even there. Like, I was surprised he was even there because Cody. They said I heard Cody's injured. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's a SmackDown guy.
He's a SmackDown guy, but from what I heard, he sustained some injuries that he'll probably be not on the shelf like completely, but not wrestling until probably close to
Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, till Elimination Chamber or so.
They both beating though. I mean,
yeah, they took a beating, but see, that's the thing. Like, whether it was makeup or whether it was legit, injuries, like you said, Kevin looked like dog shit. He looked like he had been through hell and back.
Yeah, he went through he had a car accident on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, it was a good way for Raw to go off the air. Kevin standing over Sammy after the package pile driver. I was like, wow. Okay.
I was shocked. I was really shocked.
I was too. I was like, when I'm watching this, I'm like, because I was kind of expecting Sammy to kind of turn on Punk a little bit, like maybe kind of get a little handy with Punk, and then kind of that kind of start the whole downward slide of Sammy, because Punk kind of would beat the crap out of him and leave him, and then it's like, you know what, I'm tired of being everybody's whipping boy, that kind of thing, and then instead it was the other way around. Kevin just says screw you to Sammy, and whatnot. And I'm interested to hear what Kevin's promo is going to be next week about why he did it. What was the reasoning behind it. So, but yeah, no, good, a very good Raw overall, except for the technical difficulties.
It did not glitch out. It did not glitch out for the jumping at the end. Did not glitch out for that.
Nope, didn't glitch out for that, but everything else it kind of glitched every now and then for. So, but here's the other question that I have, just very quick. Like, the glitching, the question is, how many people were watching last night? Like, I'm kind of wondering. Again, it's not going to be freaking Tyson and Paul numbers, but was there enough people that the stream kind of destabilized? Like that, I'd be interested to know.
I've been close to Tyson and Paul numbers to get it all glitching, because
I don't think so.
No, there's
not even close. I think 3 million is their highest at one time, and I think overall it was like 6 million viewed minutes or something like that.
What I'm getting at is everybody was complaining about the Tyson and Paul fight glitching out and everything, and it didn't glitch out one iota on my end. And then last night it glitched out, so I don't know. I don't know how it works, but yeah, I'm gonna say it probably got a pretty good bit of numbers last night to make it glitch out.
Well, we'll know here in a day or so. WrestleNomics will have the viewership numbers. So. Anyway, that's going to do it here for Hardway Wrestling. We'll be back later in the week with our Vengeance Day picks. Rick's picks. Hopefully, Rick is better for it. Otherwise, it'll be Scotty's picks. So, anyway, we're gonna do Vengeance Day later on this week. It is a part of our fantasy leagues, our fantasy league members. Do not forget to fill out your paperwork. Scotty, terrible human being. Anyway, T-Bone, you got anything to plug?
I got a show coming up this Sunday at 8 o'clock with a local band, Philosophaster. They're a rock band, the first band I've ever had on my show. I do believe they plan on performing 3 songs on the show. So check it out. Rocking good time.
On Sunday?
Yep.
On
Sunday at
your
8 p.m.
stream?
Yep.
Okay.
In the dog.
Well, I'm on vacation, so I'm probably going to watch.
Where are you sitting up in your garage? Have a garage band kind of thing going on?
No. I'm going to call them through Messenger like I always do on my live stream, and they're going to answer inside their practice studio, and they're on Spotify, iTunes. They're everywhere. They're legit.
What's the band called?
Philosophaster.
Gesundheit.
Philosophaster. I'll send you a link.
Yeah, please do that. Yeah, please do that. Check that out. You go catch T-Bone on the T-Bone Jones. What is it? What is it? It's now T-Bone Jones Productions.
Yeah, T-Bone Jones Production, but the show's called In the Doghouse. It's episode 20.
Yeah, episode 20. So go check that out. Scotty, you got anything to plug or anything to unplug? You got anything to unplug? Try to save energy and try to save electricity.
I should probably unplug my space heater, but that's a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
No, come see me at the next local wrestling event, wherever that's going to be, wherever Hardway is going to be. I mean, we don't really have anything coming up yet.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Working on some stuff now. As of right now, the Maryland Toy Expo in June. Working on, as of tomorrow, I will finalize our guest for the Maryland Toy Show. We will have someone for signing besides Brian Hardy. Brian Hardy will be there doing his thing, and we will have another person for the signing, and I will finalize that tomorrow, and we'll give you some more information on that kind of stuff. So
you gotta get me the info on that too.
You should come. Maryland Toy Show is a good time.
Yep.
Mike,
bring the kid. Yeah, it'll be fun. So then we got some other stuff I got in coming up here. So working on some sponsorship stuff, and possibly by summer Hardway Wrestling will have their own beer.
Yeah.
No way.
Scotty, when I say things, Scotty, and do they usually not come true?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll come out of being non-alcoholic for one day for one beer.
Well, we will definitely. Well, working on that right now. Working on something with Rough Edges Brewery. Talked about it earlier. Actually, towards the middle or towards the end of last year. I think Scotty, you might have been there for that conversation.
Yep.
So
Yep.
They're all aboard. We're working out the details. Of course, all the money that we raise from this, once we get it done, will probably most likely just go to charity or Cindy, whatever the girl's name is, we decide. So,
it's going to go to Diamond.
Whatever.
Diamond with a Y.
Right in her G-string. Most likely. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Ricky, get better, and we'll see you guys next time.
On the Hard Way.